I was surprised that I am the highest taxpayer from Kerala. They were talking about Lehman Brothers, global meltdown. That I can't understand all that issues.
Stories where it was you were advised not to do it.
So as you know, voltage, short form, V, protection, guard, vguard. I am quite afraid of my own product.
Kochouseph sir.
Yes.
Welcome to JarXchange.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for giving it your time.
Thank
this
you,
is an
Adarsh.
honor to speak to you. So we'd like to start from your early life, sir. You were born in a very newly independent India. What was it like then, and your education, and how did you take the plunge?
As you know, I was born and brought up in a village near Thrissur.
Okay.
Our parents are into agriculture. As usual, any village boy studied in a local school, then did my college from nearby towns and completed my post-graduation. That time, I never ever thought about becoming an entrepreneur.
Okay.
My ambition was to become a scientist.
Okay.
Why means I was good in technology. I can easily grasp science as well as anything connected with. But as far as management or communication, I was very, very poor. Public relation poor. All. So that was the beginning. I was ambitious to get a job either in, say, ISRO or similar.
Okay.
But I couldn't get, fortunately or unfortunately. The job which I got is only a supervisory trainee post in a small company in Trivandrum.
Okay.
There I worked for 3 years.
Can I ask your first salary in those times?
Yeah. Initially, the salary I was earning was only 150 rupees stipend as a stipend.
Okay.
1 year. Then they gave me around 350 rupees. Then even after 3 years, I was getting only 850 rupees salary.
Per month?
Per month.
This was which year, sir?
That was, I resigned 1976.
Okay.
But that time, a gold sovereign was costing only 450 rupees. So, 2 sovereigns, not bad. Yeah.
Got it. And then after 3 years, what happened, sir?
Yeah, then I was, even in that 3 years, I was searching for a better job. I couldn't get. As per my expectations, I got some other jobs, but I was not happy. For example, a bank job, no. Then that company was not doing well, not progressing. So then my future became a question mark. I was in a crisis. Either I have to get a better job, which I was expecting, or I have to resign and start my own. That was the thought process came into picture.
But then you could have started anything. How did stabilizers come into the picture?
That was quite a coincidence. In fact, they had, the company which I was working, they had similar products, including stabilizers.
Okay.
But they were not giving much attention to this particular product. They have so many other products. One among them is stabilizer, that's all.
Okay.
So I thought if I resign and start manufacturing stabilizer, say 50 numbers per month, I can earn better than the salary which I was earning that time. That was the whole ambition that time.
And then how did you start? Where did the initial capital come from?
Then I mooted this idea to my father. So he was quite surprised. For example, his ambition was I must be a college lecturer nearby towns, and so he will look after me. I can look after the family property also, or a bank job nearby. As you know, Thrissur is famous for a number of private banks.
Okay.
Say South Indian Bank, CSB Bank, or even Dhanalakshmi Bank. So he was able to have some contacts to get a job in one of the banks. That again I rejected.
Rejected.
So I gave this idea. So he was quite surprised and I am a postgraduate. Then what are you doing? What are you going to do? Are you going to spoil your own career? Yeah. None of our family members are into business, so they do not know what will be my future. That time I was a bachelor, so I need not answer to anybody. So finally I convinced him. I told I have to get some money. So maybe initially 50,000 and later another 50,000. That's all. So he agreed. I know that he is having money in bank. So that are the capital.
Was it easy to start businesses back then as compared to now?
Though my ambition was so small, it was a tiny industry, just employing 2 employees, then manufacturing 50 or 70 stabilizers per month. So I don't know the economics or the commerce of India or, as you know, that time one of my senior cousins, he is in bank, the leading banks. He is a manager there. She said, this is the emergency time. Don't you know that? Is it a good time to start? I thought, what is the connection between the emergency time and my starting a tiny industry? I straight away rejected his suggestion. So my ambitions and vision were very, very limited.
So how did you find the first customers? Why would anyone buy such a...
That 3 years I was working. So initially I was involving only a supervisor. Since I am a postgraduate, they put me into their R&D division also. Not only into R&D, finally I was an all-rounder there.
Okay.
Even sometimes I used to go for some after-sales service or maintenance also, even to Bangalore as well as to Chennai, some of their products. So I thought selling 50 numbers is not a big task. Now I look back, I also having my own fear.
So then how did the journey take up?
So it was slow, very slow and steady. Very steady. I initial few months itself, I got my target, say minimum 50 numbers or 70 numbers. Initially it was only central Kerala only, that means Kochi and in and around central Kerala parts. Then slowly moved to North Kerala and South Kerala. Then slowly started to Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka. In fact, it took 46 years. Company started, I think 47 is going to be completed. It took 47 years to reach up to this level.
So when was the time when you thought big, that now I can go?
My journey was, I used to say, slow and steady. Every time, once I reach 100 numbers, my ambition was how to reach 200 numbers. Once I reach 200, then how 400 numbers. So that was the ambition. And after 5 years, I decided, I have only one product, but I have to diversify. Why means stabilizer is not a popular thing in abroad. I never had been to abroad that time. They say developed countries there is no need of any stabilizers. Right. That is the message I used to get from some NRIs. So I am quite afraid of my own product. Once these sales may come down, even sometimes the electricity minister that time, he will proclaim next year onwards everything will set right and there will not be any power fluctuation. So I thought I have to diversify. That time we had an office in Coimbatore. So Coimbatore, as you know, is popular for household pumps, water pumps. So I got some connection with the the raw material suppliers of water pumps. So then I selected water pumps. No other reasons. Yeah. And another reason is I can sell through the same channel. After 5 years, by that time, we had a few employees, then some supervisors, one or two marketing executives. So I gave them one more product. And again, after another 5 years, another product, water heaters, then solar water heaters, cables. So slowly we added more and more products into the line. So naturally the turnover also increased. Then we increased the territory also. Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka, then Andhra, then Goa. That was the very slow, very slow.
And sir, how would the marketing be back then? When did you create your first print ad or TV ad, or do you remember?
Oh, TV ad. That time TV was not there in Kerala, only in Delhi, Doordarshan. We had one branch in Trivandrum, very local only. Kochi TV came only in 1985. So that added my business again. So people started buying television sets. So they need another small stabilizer for television also.
I've seen a lot of ads. When was the first TV ad done by your company, sir?
Maybe after 10 years after starting my business, 12 years. So initially I used to say it was only hoardings, roadside hoardings, wall paintings, then once in a while small ads in newspaper. Mainly through contacts, through dealers, white goods dealers. I used to convince them about my product. That time Keltron was very popular in Kerala. Keltron. Nelco, a Tata product, was popular all over India. So I was convinced that I can produce a better quality product than the available in the market. That gave me a small edge to sell my product.
And what about learning business economics, PR? You said all of these were things that you did not know, so you learned all of this.
Initially, I don't know anything about even the finance. I don't know anything about the commerce or nothing. Whatever we sell, this is the income. Whatever raw materials purchase, that is the expenditure plus the salary. We employed one BCom fellow and we hired a local, small-time chartered accountant to support me. That's all. Even now, finance and economics is not that favorite subject to me.
Okay, so cut to the company growing and you having hundreds of employees and crores of revenue. When did you think about going public, and why was that decision taken versus you did not raise any capital from external investors, right?
No, yeah. Actually, I just remember that we started in 1977.
Correct.
And we decided to go for public issue only in 2007. That means by that time, 30 years are already over. After 20 years of starting vguard, I started Wonderla. That is a different vertical. Why in the year of 2007, I decided to go for a public issue. By that time, my two sons are slowly active in the business after their post graduation and studies. And they are having experience in this line. So I thought we have to expand for their sake. One person was in charge of Wonderla, other person was in charge of vguard. Since vguard was the senior company, older one, we decided to go for public issue. Then you may ask why not private equity, why not bank borrowings? Yes, that was possible. No, actually that time we collected only 68 crores rupees only, just
From the IPO.
through a public issue. That again in the year of 2008, February. So that time, the merchant bankers, those fellows, they were talking about Lehman Brothers, global meltdown.
2009.
I can't understand all that issues. I thought I am going to collect only 70 crores rupees roughly. I can easily collect. vguard has its own name by that time, especially in South India. It will be at least subscribed, may not be oversubscribed. I will get my money. So the merchant bankers, they were quite afraid in between. The last minute they say, you have to postpone it. Then why? No, every day it is crashing. Don't you know that? It will not affect me. So without much thinking, straight away did a public issue. It was subscribed, oversubscribed, but just for your information, again the market was crashing. Parallelly, my stock rates are also started crashing. So I was wondering, I am making the same profit or better than the last year, more than the last year. Still, my prices are crashing. So one of my friend, Geojit Securities, is a close friend of mine. He is in the board. He says, it is like that only. You have to. That time I acquired number of shares at a lower price than the IPO rates. So now those are fun, but difficult time.
Difficult time. So how come from stabilizers you decided to venture into a very different industry? We're going 10 years back to that. And I've heard stories where you were advised not to do it, not to go into the amusement park business. But where did that come from?
Yeah, actually, after 20 years, vguard has grown to reasonably quite popular in South India. All over 4 states in southern part. By that time, number of managers, engineers, some of them are much more capable than me. So I thought I can keep away, at least half day I can keep away from the main business and I can think about something different because all of them are quite smart and capable. Generally, I am a person try to delegate maximum. I used to say I am a lazy person. So whatever possible, I used to delegate. If they are not able to do, I will take up. That's all. So I find a lot of free time. That time, my children were in school. So once in a while, we go to holidays for abroad. So for their sake, children's sake, I used to take them Disneyland or Universal Studio or similar. So I thought, why can't we replicate a smaller version in Kochi? I think we spent only 22 crores just to start a small activity in Kochi. But even with that 22 crores, people was quite appreciating. It was a success in Kochi. So just for your information, within another 2 years, we purchased land in Bangalore. And starting one in Kochi, within 5 years, we started in Bangalore. But with much more investment. It's around 80 crores.
Okay.
A lot of bank borrowings and this. So then things were slightly ulta in the sense, Bangalore, that was not a big fascination in the sense there were so many other small amusement parks and Bangalore is popular for pub culture or whatever, I don't know. So that was not paying according to the investment. Actually, we struggled for some time. But within 2 years, we recovered.
So you started spending more time in the Wonderla business?
Those days, 50-50. Morning time I will be in vguard. Afternoon I will be in the parks.
And why the name changed from Vegaland to
Yeah. Then when you talk about names, started with vguard. If you ask me what is the meaning of vguard, I need a name for my stabilizer. So I am a physics postgraduate. So as you know, voltage, short form, V. Protection, guard, vguard. I only designed and gave it to an artist, and he only finalized it. I was not able to appoint a advertising agency or a marketing consultant those days. Then even when we started pumps, actually the name meaning doesn't match. Water pumps and guard, where is guard? Nothing. But by that time, the name became a proper noun or a popular noun. Then when we started a park in Kochi, I needed another name. So something related to vguard land, I can't say vguard land or so Vega land. So that was the name for Kochi Park.
But by that time you had money to employ marketing agency.
But even though there was some small time advertising agencies taken, decisions were taken by me only. He was dominating everywhere. Yeah. So, but when in Bangalore, we thought we'll have another name. So we did a survey among our own staff and friends and other associates. So majority of them suggested Wonderland. So we gave some gift to them who offered, suggested Wonderland. But I thought if it is Wonderland, then there will be somebody will be there somewhere in the world with the same name. So I cut short Wonderland into Wonderla. If you ask me what is the name, I don't know.
Got it, sir. And then when, so this is a bit of a personal question. Having family members handling business, how do you maintain so this is said that, no two family members should run a business together and all of that. So are there personal and professional barriers you have, or were there any differences when your sons came in?
Naturally, for example, till that period, nobody, any one of my relatives was not there in the company. Purposely, I used to avoid. My cousins used to fight with me. Why can't you give my son an employment there? I said no, because he can get some other job, but not here. But once Arun and Midun joined, my two sons, first of all, I was doubting whether they will join into my business. They did their post-graduation abroad, but they joined. I think the reason was I used to give a lot of freedom to my managers. So they may be watching from outside, okay, this fellow is giving a lot of freedom to his managers, so he will give the same freedom to us also. That may be one reason that you have to ask them. Once they joined, I gave them a lot of freedom and opportunity. I know generation gap is generation gap, that is sure. But they have more exposure than me. That is sure. They know the latest trends than me. So I gave them a lot of opportunities, in the sense freedom in the company.
So throughout these years, what was the toughest part of the business life for you? What was that period when it was the toughest?
If you ask me, telling frankly, I like challenges. I like problems. When I look back, I never feel These are all major crisis situations. Yeah, crisis situations were there. We had labor problems those days in the initial stages, especially in Kerala. Even though the company was so small, at that time we were employing only, say, 60 to 80 people. Even that time we had labor problems.
Anything you can tell us, the new age entrepreneurs, about the culture that you've built inside the company? You have a large company now, from small, so many employees now. So, how do you build a best culture in the company?
No, that way, if I analyze myself, if I analyze my company, I can say any company has its own culture. If you take Tata's, one particular culture, Godrej, another type, Reliance, another type of culture. So, where this culture evolves from the founder only. The founder, if he is having one particular attitude, that will slowly follow, and that will continue year after year, unless there is a major shift in the culture by the second generation or third generation. Otherwise, the culture will continue. So I think my case, I am a person like to obey the rules and regulations, but at the same time, I'll be fair and I'll be, but at the same time, I'll be tough. My managers knows that, my suppliers knows that, my other associates know the same thing. I will be fair to the maximum, but I will be strict sometimes. Yeah. And I believe unless we have a team, unless we delegate things, unless we build a team, we can't grow. As I said earlier, I still can repeat, I have a number of managers who are much more capable than me. Sure. Because of some reasons they are not in a position to start their own. That's all. But they are contributing to the company much, and we are paying accordingly.
Good. So let's talk about philanthropy. When did you decide that you run a foundation? You have also donated kidney to an unknown person, which is a story that I would like to get into. When did this come in your entrepreneur journey that you want to give back to the society?
Yeah, any human life, it is like that only. Initially, we are targeting, we are aiming for, say, okay, we have to achieve this much target, we have to grab this much business, we have to create this much turnover, we have to build an empire, okay. After some time, that also achieved. Some more time, then what next? So, actually, our foundation, Chittilappilly Foundation, we started only around 13 years back. Okay. Now thinking that, okay, we were able to made a lot of money, because I brought only 1 lakh rupee from my native place. Rest of the money I collected from the public. So I have a moral responsibility to give back to the society. I told my two sons, I am planning to, I will think I have one more son. So you will get only one third, and another 1/3 will go to charity. That's all. I don't want anything because I can't take it upstairs. Pravala will not accept it. Yeah. So they know that. They know my policy. They are not bothered because they are flushed with money. Yeah.
You talk about it very less. Can you talk about what the foundation does, sir? The work that you're doing?
No, actually, mainly we are concentrating in South India. Again, mainly we are concentrating in Kerala because I always argue, Tamil Nadu, there are so many other big players are there. Karnataka also there are big players. So Kerala, even though we were boasting, okay, we have that, we have this, still a lot of needy people are there. Especially, the lower class people. if they are healthy, okay, they can earn their livelihood. The Kerala is the best place to get a better daily wages system. But once they are sick, the whole system will get disrupted. For example, if the husband is sick, even wife also cannot go for the job. So we spend a lot of money for medical aids. Another problem is, even though the 4th century is over after independence, still there are number of people who are homeless. So we concentrate a lot of housing projects, large housing projects. These are the two major projects we spent from our foundation. Then so many other small projects. And it is not fair to proclaim all the charitable activities.
Okay. But can you talk to us about the kidney donation thing? Because that is very, I think, inspiring or encouraging.
Yeah, that again, when I look back, that was only a small thing in the sense, I did it at the age of 60 only. By that time, I am already 60. Then even I am after 60, I am physically
Fit.
Better when compared to my classmates or friends, relatives. So in between, one of our distant relative had a kidney problem. That time only I came to know that this is a major issue. This has a lot of complication. Transplant is highly complicated. The blood group must be matching this. But I was an outsider because he was only a distant relative. And finally they were searching for a donor, and unfortunately that lady passed away.
Okay.
So I was interacting with in that period I was interacting with a number of nephrologists. So some of my friends, they say nothing wrong in donating one of your kidneys. It is a proven technology, but still people are afraid of donating. So I simply said, in that case, can I donate to somebody else? My close friends, doctors, they objected. They said, okay, you can, but
why?
Why? Yeah. So I approached another totally unknown nephrologist and checked with the details. No, I am not a fool. So I checked all the details. So he said, no, that is he gave me the history that was happened in the Second World War. First time one kidney was removed in some attack, in a war attack. Then only doctors came to know that even one kidney is more than enough for survival. Those stories he explained. Then I took it as a challenge. Then said I will donate to somebody. That time
you did not know who you're donating to. You did not know who is the receiver.
No. That time I simply shared this idea to my family members. So they said they thought this man is crazy. He last minute he may drop. But I was very adamant. But at that time, another father, priest, he donated to similar one unknown person. So I called him. I told him, after all, you are a priest, so you please find out somebody for me. I am ready. So initially he was quite skeptical. Then after some acquaintance, he only identified one truck driver. Why to that truck driver means his wife was willing. Their blood group was not matching. So the father made a condition. I will donate to the truck driver, but she has to donate to somebody else after 3 months. She agreed. These are all that father arranged, priest. Then after I donated, after 3 months that lady donated to somebody else. And again that father, again one more
Donation.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least 4 times it was exchanged. Anyway, yeah. Actually, it is not my credit. It is he only motivated.
Got it. Sir, can you talk about the award that you got for tax paying in India?
No, actually, that time company was say just partnership company. No, you are talking about tax award.
Yes.
Company was only partnership company, so no, that way individually I am holding majority shares, so the profit comes and finally it is personal amount. So that year, I think it was 1994,
1998.
94 something. Anyway, yeah. So that time I was surprised that I am the highest taxpayer from Kerala, and I know that there are so many giants even within Kerala, some jewelers, that this so many, but somehow. I was surprised to hear that I am the last.
So you did not know that you are the highest taxpayer?
Yeah, initially I never knew.
Okay. The team wants to know how much was the tax.
That time,
Yeah.
I don't know. Really, it may not be that big.
Okay.
So that time, I believe that finance minister, I don't know his name, he had a system of recognizing the highest taxpayers and rewarding. Not only me, they select 10 people. That time I was the highest. And I think after a few years, then things changed into, say, private limited company. Then things changed. Once it is company, then there are so many companies. Yeah.
Got it, sir. Sir, you've written 3 books, am I right?
3, 4, 5.
5 books.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you talk about a couple of management principles? There are some nice quotes that you have in those books
No, actually,
for the younger generation.
You just analyze any successful businessman. The rules and theories are one and the same. Unless you are quality conscious, straightforward attitude, customer friendly. How long you can survive the market? I think there is no shortcut. No shortcut. Look at any company with a long-standing quality consciousness, straightforward attitude, after-sales service. Then again, keeping your employees in good terms. That is most important. Unless your employees are with you, senior managers, middle-level people. You need people. One person can do very little. These are some of the thoughts comes into my mind.
So is there anything left to achieve for you? What is the next, do you have a goal, the next goal that you want to achieve?
Any goal? No, I am already 73. I myself decided I will not set any goals. Yeah, I am enjoying life, but spending a lot of time for these charity activities. But parallelly, just for your information, at the age of 62, I became unemployed because of transferring my whole responsibility to 2 sons.
But that is good unemployment.
Yeah, but there was a vacuum that time. At that time, I am 62. So I started one more venture. We have one more vertical. We are into construction, apartment construction, Vigaland homes.
Correct.
So already 10, 11 years are over. Reasonably doing well. A small activity compared to vguard or Wonderla. Yeah.
Got it. Sir, this is one question we ask to every guest, and I think you are the best suited to answer. Sir, what is the value of money in your life? Coming from where you've been to where you are now, through that journey.
If I analyze myself, I used to wonder, for what purpose you are working. Is it for money? Is it for fame? Or is it for some satisfaction? I believe it is more of a satisfaction of, say, producing something of with our idea and selling to a customer at a higher price, getting money from him and creating profit. So if you ask me, when you are doing business, is it for money? I believe it is for our own satisfaction. Creating something new. Otherwise, why should I spend those days a lot of time, whether it is vguard or Wonderla? How much money you need to live? How much money you can take to Parvala?
Has it changed you as a person when you had less money to when you had more money?
No, I used to say I was born and brought up in a village. Even though family, they have a lot of land holdings. We are into agriculture. But that spending style was very strict and very limited. The children used to get very limited freedom. Because as you know, the agriculture means they know sometimes next year it may not be that much yielding. Even though my father, they have a bank balance still, we thought he's a miser. Now my children, they are believing that I am a miser. And I don't mind. Okay, I am very. I spent each and every penny with much calculation only. No doubt about it. Money is scarce.
Money is scarce?
Yeah.
So you have any regrets in your life?
No, how can I regret in the sense, none of my cousins or classmates or close acquaintance, they were not able to reach up to this type of situation. When I studied for my post-graduation, I was not that bright when compared to all others. I was just mediocre. The rank holders, they got IAS, IPS, the foreign affairs, this. So I was not that great when I was a college student. But now I am better than many of them. They are enjoying their retired life. I am still active into my own activities.
So any thoughts on the new age startups and young entrepreneurs?
Government is nowadays promoting startups in a large scale. And these IAS officers who have no experience in starting industry, they are gone talking and promoting. It's a good thing, very good, no doubt about it. But they, as you know, every college, every engineering college or MBA college, they have startup clubs, startup ED clubs and all. So they used to invite me. So I used to discourage them in the sense, look, don't listen to this government. You complete your studies. Whatever possible, you do your higher studies also. You wait, and you work somewhere, at least for 3-4 years. We have plenty of time in our life. Why should you? There are youngsters who, without completing their education, starting something. Dropouts. They are starting something. Some of them, very rare, 1% they are successful. Out of other 99% are failures. Nobody knows about this 99%. So, you, my dear children, you please complete your studies, try to acquire knowledge and get a job somewhere. Then get some general knowledge. I used to say the knowledge which I acquired by the university, 7 years of university studies, it is the other thing. That means my 3 years of experience is much more bigger than the 7 years of college studies.
Correct.
No doubt about it. As far as the general knowledge, the market conditions altogether. So don't jump into the deep waters. That is the message I used to give, but it's a wrong thing.
Yeah. No. Sir, what do you think about a lot of youngsters after school and this thing, graduation, leaving India, the brain drain? A lot of people youth in Kerala also leaves to go abroad.
It is quite unfortunate. No, we can't blame them. We can't blame them because India is overpopulated, and whatever you do hard work and studying, still you are not getting the effective employment what you expect. Whereas if you go abroad to Canada or even to Australia, life is comfortable there. Here, ordinary people, it is very difficult to. So they are comparing with their friends who are abroad. So they are planning go to abroad. We can't stop this brain drain unless we have to prove. Country has to again prove that this is a very comfortable state. A lot of opportunities.
More entrepreneurs. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you coming all the way
great meeting.
from Bangalore. Yeah.